Hey, what is up, beautiful people? This is Rahul from TechBuddha, and today I am back with a brand new video which is on PUBG Mobile. This is a pretty important video how you can approach to design your own claw. Without wasting further time, let's get into it. So, the first thing, what is claw? Well, when you install PUBG Mobile, you will have a layout of buttons which is best suited for like two thumb players or two finger claw or whatever you want to call it. The button layout can be customized, and when you customize to suit your needs of using more fingers on your display like 3, 4 or any number above 2, it is known as claw. A question comes in, why do you even want to use a claw? Well, there are many reasons and many advantages of using claw. Some are like you can do complex movements while in the game. You can do move and shoot, you can do move, crouch, peek and shoot at the same time. You can do drop shots and all that good stuff. So you can even improve your reflexes. I'm going to give you a backstory of how I designed my own claw, and then I'm going to tell you how to approach the design of your claw. I didn't actually know that we can change the button layout in PUBG Mobile till like season 3. When I got to know that I can change button layouts, I did go ahead and copied someone's claw from the internet and I tried to play on it. My game went terribly bad. I was like halfway through season 3 and then I thought I would design my own claw. As you can see on the screen right now, this was my old claw and it is pretty simple. Just place the button layouts in a rainbow manner, move the fire buttons to the topmost left corner and you are done. Just kidding. So this was my first ever claw and it was pretty good for me at that time. I kept on playing on this claw since halfway through season 8 and my game is not at all improving. So there are many factors that affect your game, like the device that you play on, the network and how fast your reflexes are and all those things. But I felt like going with a new claw and using gyro was the best option possible. So then my quest to design a new claw began. I gone ahead and looked on YouTube and Reddit posts and all those things, and I found out few claws which were like 6 finger claws and 8 finger claws and all that fancy stuff. So the first thing I noticed was my screen was a bit bigger. It is like 5.5 inch and above. So I thought I will try 6 finger claw and I designed the claw. So this was my first 6 finger claw, and 1 week before this day I changed it again. I iterated some parts of it and I changed it to a 5 finger claw. So this is the claw that I currently use, and I'm not best suited to it right now, but I have to keep practicing on it to master the claw. Here's how I approached the claw design. So first things, your two thumbs, left and right thumb. Left thumb will be for movement, right thumb will be for aiming. This is fixed. This was fixed in my mind. This was fixed in my mind that I'm not going to attach any other functions to thumbs. I use a 5 finger claw in where 3 fingers from my left hand are used and 2 fingers from right hand are used. So I was using thumb, index finger and middle finger of left hand and thumb and index finger of right hand. So while designing the claw, keep in mind your power moves. So for example, for me, my power move is when I crouch, peek and shoot at the same time. So while I'm doing this move, I can take down any enemy that comes in front of me. So your power move can be a drop shot, your power move can be jump and shoot, your power move can be flicks, the sniper flicks and all those things. So while designing the claw, keep it in mind that you have to place the buttons in such a manner that you are able to perform your power moves without any obstructions. With complete freedom, you have to be able to perform your complete power moves. So that's one thing you should keep in mind while designing the claw. Well, another thing that I kept in mind while designing the claw was you can approach any gunfight in 2 ways. One thing, you will go in front of the enemy, shoot him accurately, take him down and come to cover, right? And the next thing, you are giving very little amount of time for your enemy to shoot you. In the meantime, you are giving damage to your enemy and also dodging the bullets from your enemy by peeking, crouching and doing whatever you want, like dropping, like going prone and all that stuff. I do this peeking in close combats to dodge bullets, hip firing at the same time, to give damage to the enemies and this stuff. So I have to keep my peek buttons freely from other operations. Let me give you a brief idea of why you want to design your own claw. First things first, your reflexes will improve. That's the first thing. If you want to have like faster reflexes, if you go with like a 3-finger claw or a 4-finger claw, your reflexes will improve, that's for sure. So the next thing is you can make faster movements as well as complex movements, and you can improve your accuracy by using a claw if you have like calibrated your gyroscope to the perfect sensitivity. So these are the reasons why you want to use a claw. And what I suggest is, if your screen is above 6 fingers and all, try to use a 6-finger claw first. Like if your screen is above 5 inches or 5.5 inches, just design a random claw with the thoughts that are currently said in mind and try it out, right? And then you can iterate it to like 5 fingers and then 4 fingers. So this is how I approach the design of the claw. First I go for the highest finger possible. I started with 6 fingers and then I moved on to 5 fingers, and I feel like 5 finger is the sweet spot for me. So how to improve your gameplay with your new claw? Well, the first thing, when you change claw, you absolutely forget whatever you learned with your previous claw. You know, there is this thing called muscle memory, which will ruin your gameplay at times when you change the claw suddenly, and you have to get used to it. So when you keep practicing on your new claw again and again and again, that muscle memory will be reshaped. So that's how you master your new claw. You have to come in practice ground, training ground, and you have to practice your claw a lot of times. It might take 1 season or even 2 seasons if you're like me. So yeah, you can only improve on your claw by practicing it again and again. So yep, that's it. That's how I approached my design of claw. If you have any doubts, any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will try to answer them all. That's it for this video, guys. This is Rahul from TechBuddha signing out. Peace.